11 things you didn't know about Gigi Hadid. Number 11. Gigi's real name. Although the name Gigi Hadid is practically a household name at this point, it's not the rising model's real name, although it does have a nice original ring to it. Her actual name is Jelena Nora Hadid. However, almost all of the world knows her as Gigi. When her mother, Yolanda Hadid, was young, her own mother would call her Gigi around the house as a nickname. This tradition passed on to Gigi, but ended up going a little farther. When Gigi entered school, another girl had a similar name, Helena. This caused confusion with their teacher when she would call upon each girl, so she asked Yolanda what nickname Jelena might have. Yolanda mentioned the name Gigi, and over a decade later, she's still using it. Number 10. Brow game strong. Eyebrows are one of the most defining elements of any person's face, or at least that's been all the rave in the last several years. From thin arches to bushy but elegant brows, the world loves to think of new trends to incorporate and play around with. Gigi Hadid, like many other famous models, has a perfect set of eyebrows. However, she differs from the rest in one key element. Gigi says that she doesn't do anything to her eyebrows. That means no plucking, tweezing, threading, waxing, microblading, or whatever other form of removal and redesign is circulating the internet. Instead, Gigi chooses to go all natural and doesn't even allow others to mess with her eyebrows. It works because her brow game is so strong that she doesn't need to fuss with them anyway. Number 9. Black leggings. As one of the most prominent names in both the model industry and social media, the range of clothing options available to someone so fashionable are virtually endless. Gigi Hadid only continues to prove that she's one with the rest of the world, because in addition to being a McDonald's regular and enjoying nothing more than being at home rather than out and about, Gigi loves black leggings. Out of all of the clothing options in the world, her favorite is a sturdy pair of black leggings, because of how easy they are. In an interview, she confessed that she wears leggings 75% of the time. With all of the travel she has to endure, the comfy and easy-to-match garment makes a lot of sense. Number 8. Famous family. Gigi Hadid belongs to one of the most impressive families, runners-up only the Kardashian clan. For herself, Gigi is a world-famous model and social media star with a great future ahead of her. But her relatives are just as remarkable as the 22-year-old. Gigi is the eldest sibling to younger sister and brother, Bella and Anwar, who all come with unique backgrounds. Bella is a part of the modeling world like her older sister, and the pair have actually shared gigs and walked the runway together. Separated only by a year age gap, the two are otherwise inseparable and are incredibly supportive of one another in their respective careers. Anwar is a rising model who signed to IMG Models, like his sisters, in 2016 with a major following of 1.5 million users on the popular social media network Instagram. He was also seen on Teen Vogue cover with fellow Instagram star Cameron Dallas for the June-July edition in 2016. The trio are all children to Yolanda and Mohammed Hadid, who have their own impressive careers. Yolanda is a cast member on the reality television series The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and a personal nutritionist to her eldest daughter. Previously, she was known for being a model, like her children, and an interior designer. While Yolanda is no longer married to Gigi's father, Mohammed, he also joins his family's wealth by being a well-known real estate developer who was hired to design the Ritz-Carlton hotels. In addition to this, through Mohammed, Gigi is related to Sheikh of Galilee and Prince of Nazareth. To tie up the famous family is David Foster, recent divorcee to Yolanda and stepfather to Gigi. He is a music producer and former musician with the pop group Skylark, who has worked with massive Hollywood names such as Mariah Carey and Celine Dion. Out of nearly 50 Grammy nominations, the amazing producer has racked up 16 awards and reportedly had a net worth of $100 million at one point. Number 7. Athletic Angel. To match her stunning physique and outgoing personality, Gigi Hadid was an athlete for most of her life. When she was a child, she was raised in Los Angeles, where her family owned a ranch that housed farms filled with horses. Because of this, the star became a competitive horseback rider alongside her younger sister Bella, who was due to compete in the Olympics for horseback riding but had to drop out due to chronic Lyme disease. Gigi continues to entertain the sport from time to time as a way to keep her body toned and ready for the runway. Because she didn't earn her Victoria's Secret fashion show wings in December 2016 without a ton of hard work. Horseback riding also provides fantastic psychological buffers to keep negativity away from the mind and to overcome feelings of uncertainty, which is especially helpful since Gigi admits that she suffers a case of the nerves before every runway show. To keep herself healthy mentally and physically, She also participates in boxing and was previously the captain of the varsity volleyball team in high school. To round out the athleticism, Gigi showed off the toned features all her sporting days have acquired her in a 2016 issue of Sports Illustrated magazine. The swimsuit edition saw the young model posing on the beach in the islands of Tahiti, a massive difference from on a horse ranch in LA, but also symbolizing the diversity that encompasses Gigi. Number 6. Face of Maybelline. Gigi Hadid is often very minimalistic when it comes to her day-to-day makeup looks. While she rocks some of the fiercest faces on the runway, she can usually be seen with nothing more than a bit of eyeshadow, mascara, and a dab of highlighter. Despite being a model and social media entrepreneur, Gigi admitted to using drugstore cosmetics from retailers like CVS to achieve her daily makeup look. So it made sense when she became the face of Maybelline. Maybelline, a branch of L'Oreal, is a famous makeup brand available at every retailer from Ulta to Walmart. In 2015, Gigi became an ambassador for the company, and in 2016, it was rumored that the mega brand and the model were teaming up to create something special together. On October 13, 2017, Maybelline released the first wave of GIGIS Maybelline Jet Setter palettes. According to the company's Instagram profile, with a variety of makeup must-haves, the face of Maybelline truly captured herself in a multi-product palette and is expected to create even more sets with the brand. Number 5. Criminal Psychology Major. Criminal psychology is a branch of learning that covers the concepts of criminal behavior, such as their thoughts, motives, intentions, and general decisions. People that become criminal psychologists can see why fugitives do the things they do, and are usually called into courthouses to help provide insight in their area of expertise. What most people don't know is that, in addition to being a beautiful model, Gigi Hadid has interest in this field, which was first discussed when she made an appearance on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, a reality television show that her mother stars on. Gigi admitted that she isn't necessarily interested in going down the path of becoming a criminal psychologist, but she does enjoy a good class debate and being in a learning environment. In 2013, Gigi enrolled at the new school, a comprisal of several education programs in New York City, where she has completed courses whenever her hectic modeling schedule allows it. This might seem like a surprising choice for someone in the fashion industry, but it just goes to show that beauty and brains go hand in hand. Number 4. Singer Serial Dater. At just 22 years old, the term serial dater is a bit too hefty for Gigi Hadid's love life. But when it comes to the relationships she's had, there are no musician shortages. In 2013, Gigi began dating Australian singer Cody Simpson. The two dated on and off for 2 years before permanently parting in 2015 after a highly publicized relationship and split. In a 2015 issue of Du Jour, Cody explained, "I love my ex-girlfriend, I always will. It was a mutual decision and we still talk every now and then, but the highly publicized thing made me uncomfortable." About a month following her split from Cody Simpson, Gigi began hanging out with and was confirmed to be dating the former Jonas Brothers leading man, Joe Jonas. The pair had met 10 years prior during an award show when Gigi initially caught Joe's eye, but their relationship only lasted 5 short months when it came down to it. In that time, Joe, who belongs to a pop group, DNCE, enlisted Gigi's help in directing the band's music video, Cake by the Ocean. Shortly after splitting with Joe Jonas, Gigi Hadid met up with former One Direction star, Zayn Malik. As he began hitting the top charts with his own reinvented image following a rocky split from the boy band, despite having a few unsure moments and momentary splits, the pair are still going strong to this day. Their relationship is incredibly public, with PDA, music video appearances, and Instagram posts of their love saga, just regular reminders of how cute they are together. Number 3. 2-year-old model. At just 2 years old, Gigi Hadid made her modeling debut. She was discovered by Paul Marciano, the co-founder of clothing retailer Guess, who enlisted her with gigs throughout her childhood. At some point, a young Gigi decided to put her career on hold so that she would be more focused on school and having some normalcy in her adolescence. In 2011, Gigi made her return to the modeling world and continued working with Marciano and Guess, where she would go on to be the face of a campaign in 2012. Gigi has become an outstanding member in the modeling community. She has participated with major companies such as Versace, Chanel, Marc Jacobs, and Tommy Hilfiger, for whom she became a brand ambassador for in January 2016. Number 2. Prank Gone Wrong. Gigi Hadid was a large topic of controversy and awe in 2016 when she was targeted by celebrity-focused prankster. Vitaly is a reporter who takes things to the next level, and often too far, by assaulting famous people during public events and press conferences. Because of his work with the Ukraine TV channel in the past, he's been able to gain backstage access to many popular affairs. When Gigi was exiting a famous fashion show in Milan, Vitaly managed to sneak behind her and lift her up above the crowd. She began screaming and elbowed him in the face until he put her down, to the point where she chased him down the street yelling profanities, actions that sparked interest and debates throughout the world. After Vitaly confirmed that it was in fact him in the incident, he went on to explain that the reason behind doing it in the first place was to convince the fashion industry to stop allowing well-connected cute girls from Instagram to walk the runway. He added, "While I consider Gigi Hadid beautiful, she and her friend Kendall Jenner have nothing to do with high fashion." Clearly, Vitaly, who was since banned from the United States after attacking many other celebrities, including Brad Pitt and Kim Kardashian, had no clue how successful Gigi's talents could make her. Number 1. Hadid Jenner. Kendall Jenner is one of the top rising models in the fashion industry. With roots on social media and even within her famous family, it makes sense that Kendall and Gigi aren't just fellow models, they're also best friends. Although this is a well-known fact to anyone who isn't living under a rock, what people might not know is that the Jenner and Hadid families' ties go deeper than most realize. Until recently, Gigi's mother Yolanda was married to music producer David Foster. David has been married to Linda Thompson before this, and Linda was Bruce Jenner's first wife. Bruce, who now goes by Caitlyn Jenner after she introduced herself as a trans woman in 2015, is the biological parent to Kendall and Kylie Jenner. Before this dynamic duo arrived, Caitlyn fathered Brandon and Brody Jenner with Linda Thompson, who were then the stepchildren to David Foster. If that's too confusing, the too long didn't read is that Kendall's half-brother stepfather was also the stepfather of Gigi. It's still pretty confusing, but to sum it up, Gigi and Kendall are as close as sisters, and they even created their own hashtag matching their names together to prove it. Kenji.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.